So now let's go on into this chemical. So as more research is done to discover newer nutritional supplements, a lot of new innovation, changes in its manufacturing process, changes on how entrepreneurs market it. So there's a lot of ongoing competition in the health industry. So the question right now is, how are you going to position yourself? How are you going to make your stand? Okay? How can you highlight what's important in your tier to them? How can you differentiate it? How can you fight the competitiveness of the market? In particular, I'd like to talk about this. As an example, we always have a good example. So just think about Pure Tear and think about this NZ Plus Deer Placenta. So initially, when it was out from New Zealand, and mind you, there's a lot of products like this. When I was in New Zealand sometime last year, my husband took me to this chemical warehouse, chemistry warehouse, or something like that. It's a warehouse where all the chemist warehouse. It's a warehouse where all the supplements are discounted almost by half to 60%. It's so much more cheaper than anywhere around the world. I know this for a fact because there are some products that I use for my hair. And in the Philippines, I think in the Philippines, it costs about 1,000 pesos. It's a hair product for 1,000 pesos. But if you go to New Zealand, it only costs about $6. So the price margin is almost by half. Okay? So, in short, there's a lot of supplements in New Zealand. Now, this deer placenta is at 10,000 milligram. Wow. Okay. So when it was marketed in the Philippines, the labeling was changed to 20,000 milligram. So dyan pa lang, it's already an overkill, isn't it? The actual is 10,000 milligram, but it's marketed as 20,000 milligram. So overconfidence on the labeling. The next thing that you should look out for, because you have to be a very good consumer who can really analyze whether what you're buying is something good or something bad. Okay, so the other thing that you would consider is Pure Tear has a concentration of 100 milligram per part solvent. So for every 1 ml of solvent, or what makes it into a liquid, the medium where everything is dissolved in, so that it could be put in a capsule and it becomes bioactive or alive. So 1 part solvent, that's the medium that I'm talking about, that makes it liquid, has 100 milligram of derived placenta. So this is Pure Tear. And Pure Tear is well known in the Stem Cell Society of the Philippines. A lot of doctors are promoting it. Even the president of the Medical Association and the president of the Hospital Association is promoting Pure Tear at 100 milligram per 1 part solvent. Now, what do you think of 20,000 milligram versus our 100 milligram per part solvent? Do you think it's an overkill?
Yes.
Yes, working
Yes.
in. Yes.
Definitely. And these are some of the things that you have to look into. Okay?
Parang,
There's one other thing too.
unrealistic.
There's
Right.
one other thing that you have to look at. What is their history? Portier's been around for 13 years. We have thousands and